Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss some pad drills. Pad drills are essential for building your real-time contact and your ability to strike and deliver your power in a practical setting, moving away from just performing the forms and practicing your strikes in the air and practicing your strikes in a controlled manner, moving into a more lively and lifelike application, applying some of your power and trying to maintain your structure whilst moving your footwork and striking against a lively target. So we throw our forearm bone up and we come up along our forearm bone, opening outward and striking against a pad on the side. So if our partner holds his pads, one on each side like this, extends his first pad, you can bridge against this pad, opening against an arm, punch coming in if we blocked, opening and striking, turning our waist, coming across, sinking our ribs on impact and pulling up our hips and driving our hand through, coming back up. So this allows us to practice against a punch coming in, bridging and opening, striking on the side, or if we come forward, darting our punch at our opponent, they block and we open their arm, striking on the side of their head or on their bicep. If they move back, move their head away, we can strike their arm, causing pain, making that arm slower for further combat. So we can practice this drill with our opponent coming towards us, darting the pad towards our face, bridging, opening and striking on the other pad, imagining an arm or a head depending on our opponent's position. Then they can be stood there, we can dart our arm out, striking against their pad, opening and shutting our ribs, striking on the side. So this will allow us to begin practicing our feng tao, our opening hand, our bridging arm against a realistic opponent, and our ability to close our ribs and deliver a strike with this hammer fist. Delivering a strike to the temple or the bicep, the inside of the elbow, all of these are good targets. So the next drill we're going to do is going to be again simple 3-part drill. Moving forward, bridging, patting down and striking straight downward as if we're targeting the collarbone, bridge of the nose, front of the teeth, anywhere from this area, from sort of the edge of the shoulder across to the centre line, are all good targets for this downward hammer fist strike. We have our partner hold the pads slightly off to the side like this. They move forward, darting this pad, trying to touch our head with it, and we bridge, throwing our forearm up, using our heavy forearm bone, turning out against the outside of their arm, bridging in a realistic manner, moving offline, taking a slight rat step, practicing bridging and shutting our ribs, palming, striking hard against their arm, clearing it out of the way. As we strike against this arm, we turn our shoulders, we close our ribs and we drive downward, striking with our hammer fist on their other pad. Bang! We reset ourselves, bang, up, reset. We can move forward, darting at them. If they block with their pad, bang, we palm and strike. And we practice shutting our ribs, closing our force as we palm. So our first bridge is using our forearm bone, firing this forearm bone up, using the heavy bone to defend ourselves from our position, moving offline of the strike, bridging, palming with our rib power, using the weight of our forearm bone and the weight of our ribs to collapse their arm, and coming over the top with a rotational force, turning the hand, sinking the ribs, striking down. This is a really nice movement for sparring, various combat. It allows us to catch our opponent's jab and clear it, moving in, giving us a nice arm in the way if they follow through with any hooking punches. We can hammer fist on those. We need to be very adaptable with our hammer fist, being able to strike along different angles, being able to strike and use it to damage incoming strikes, using our forearm bones as a lively defense, being able to move with our rat steps and our other steps that we've been practicing, and sinking our ribs, shooting our elbows forward, blocking, patting down, being able to stop strikes and clear them to move in. So these drills will help us with that. Simple 3-step drills. The next drill we're going to do is a longer, more involved drill containing more striking various techniques that we can use for combat and sparring purposes. We can break this drill up into smaller drills if we want to practice any particular part of it. So we're going to begin in the same way as the previous drill. We're going to be up, our partner's going to be in front of us, 2 pads, 1 in front, 1 canted slight back like a collarbone, and they're going to dart their pad out to try and touch our face, and we're going to bridge and pat it and hammer fist down on this rear pad. Boom. As our hammer fist comes through, bang, they're going to turn the pad to face us, and we're going to fire a straight punch from our rear side, turning and shutting our ribs, rounding our back, trying to get a really good impact. The desire in this drill is to rush these punches, and that makes them weak. So we should practice our structure. Try and drive our fist in, bang, and hit with this punch. 1 punch, a second punch, and a third punch on this pad. Practicing turning our shoulders, snapping back, shutting our ribs, turning our shoulders, snapping back, shutting our ribs, turning our shoulders and snapping back and shutting our ribs, making 3 really good powerful strikes on the pad, getting our partner to close their ribs, absorbing the force, practicing so that if we ever see an opportunity in our opponent's guard, we can fire a very powerful punch and it's got our body behind it. So practicing to put our body and our ribs into each of our punches. We have time when we're practicing on the pads. The speed will come over time. Practice for the structure and the ability to align and release at the shoulder blade and the elbow. The more extension on the shoulder blade, the more drive in you're going to have, and the longer your power stroke in your body. So we're going to bridge, pat down, hammer fist, and 1, 2, 3 punches from the body, shutting our ribs on each one, driving them into the pad. We're then going to turn, turning our torso, turning our shoulders, shutting our ribs, and coming down with an elbow strike on a pad held on the other side, the forward pad. Strike, bang, with our elbow strike. Again, rounding our back, closing our ribs, turning and driving our force at the waist, hitting the pad with our elbow, making sure to turn our hands sideways, making sure to use these bones, making them nice and protuberant, striking on the pad, then turning, snapping our shoulders back, striking with a backhand blow, and following with a forehand blow. 1, 2. Really nice strike to apply on somebody's ribs. Very good if there's a punch and you can break the punch with your forearm bone. You can then use this backhand to clear their arm and strike against the head with the turning forward palm. So really nice. Boom, boom, boom. Turning the torso, making sure the ribs are lively, not turning the hips too far, but maintaining a stable stance so that we're mobile, and working our rib cage and the turning of our clavicles and our shoulder girdle. Turning back, palming, and then as our shoulder is right back, we're fully cocked. We can drop down, turning our elbow, creating rotational force, closing the ribs and snapping our final hammer fist down onto the other pad, following through and coming back up, ready to go again. So this is a longer drill. We bridge, pat down, hammer fist, punch, punch, punch with 3 punches, elbow, backhand, palm, and a finishing hammer fist. So these are all very strong, powerful attacking, defending techniques. We can break this longer drill into smaller drills, practicing our backhand palm hammer fist or our elbow backhand. Various techniques we can break out of this longer technique, practice them, becoming conversant with them, becoming able to use them in our sparring, so that we can use our hammer fists and our elbows, our backhands, our palm strikes, various things, so that we are able to use these at will and fire them along different angles, attacking the pads, applying our power, using our body line, and maintaining our stance while we practice in motion. So this gives us an ability to develop a more combative ability with our attacks and defenses, making them more realistic, more able for us to snap them out and use them, and making them more available to us in a more realistic, lifelike situation. So these are some of our pad drills. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.